shoulder. There were miles between. I conjured you an apparition to show you what we'd seen. The sun, the earth, the wind, the rain, and holding out for change. And all the snow you couldn't let go. You danced atop a train. I'll go wherever you go. 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 I'll go. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you. Madeline, who lost the earth, made it out by noon. The sun had shone the earth as well. Her eyes were to have moons. And even when we lost ourselves to something in between, the words we shared are all still there to show us where we'd be. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you go.
She means from here to down the hall, and she is Hello everybody! I do believe it is time for more Final Fantasy XIV. And also, over on Twitch, it's my affiliate anniversary. Now that's a fun thing. I actually completely forgot I had it scheduled for today. So in all haste, I decided to go ahead and put together a little special thing for only for today. There's a 35% discount on subscriptions, both for yourself and gifted. So, treat yourself. Anyway, I'll launch the game. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Oh, game's up. Square Enix. I forgot to enable the music. That's something we'll do right away. Tales of lost. Oh. And the server's congested. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. So yeah, I have a drink ready, so I can sip if hydrate is redeemed. Also, yes, the first and the... thanks, KFCO. Hi. I still forget... Oh, yeah, that one. Welcome to... We're going into Old Charlian again. And I do /BGM. There we go. Cat like, nope. Come on. Did you have to warp me? I want to ground sit. Cat-like behavior. What's up? Ah, shame. Heals up. Anyway, shall we get the dialogue? First, let's talk to Alize. Some of my earliest memories are of Scholar Montishan, actually. He was a close friend of our grandfather. He would come for tea and amaze us with his tricks, much like his demonstration with the paper and ink. He's a huge part of why I wanted to enter the studium in the first place. Half no? While Scholar Montishan is best known for his role as head of the studium, he is said to be one of the finest mages Charlian has ever produced. Having seen for myself with the ease with which he weaves extraordinarily complex and powerful magics, I have no reason to doubt the claim. Now, time for a capital idea. Kryle is still digesting a rather hefty portion of food for thought. Well, that's given me much to mull over. I feel as though we're one step closer to understanding the Forum's true motives, and the mysteries of life itself for good measure. It's funny, I came here with the intent of expressing my gratitude, only to leave more indebted than before. I have a feeling his friendship and support will be a great boon to us in the future, or in days to come. And on that note, let's head back to the annex. Perhaps on the way, you could better acquaint yourself with the Eliapost the scholar suggested, while I share our findings with Raha. that Alia part is... Well... I can't. I'm not... My crafter levels are too low. My crafter gatherer levels are way too low for that. Ah, someone from the Seas FC. Time to talk to Graha. Right? Right. Oh shit, let's drop the volume of the game. The music is a banger. Ojuka Tsunjuka. So let's enter the main hall. Push it open like a... I'm gonna do all the optional... I'm gonna check all the optional dialogue for now. Alfino? Estinian returned not long after we departed for the studium. A shame that he missed a chance to attend our lecture with the Scholarch. Or perhaps not. Having spent most of the time in Favnir, I've yet to fully grasp the line of the land here in Shardian. Even finding my way to the Annex proved a challenge. Alize? You'd better not let your guard down, Ronki. One small favor becomes another, then another, and before you know it, you'll be running to the other side of the world in search of a bottle of wine or some other rubbish. Then again, it might make for a welcome change of pace from your usual heroics. And as the Scholarch said, it could lead to interesting discoveries. It seems I've done an adequate job of relaying Scholarch Monteshan's lecture to Raha. Given his experiences in the field of souls and memories, he had no trouble understanding it. Ah, welcome back. From what I hear, your trip to the studium proved most educational. While you were away, I received word from our fellow Scions. As expected, news of the warding scales was met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership of the Grand Company of Eosia and the Eastern Alliance together to determine a way forward. Our friends have asked that we bring the scales in our possession to Limsa. So the time has come for us to go on the offensive. It's too early to say for certain, but it does seem to be the way the winds are blowing. I, for one, think of no reason to oppose such a plan. But let us see what awaits us in Vilbrand. Let's start by getting the scales out of storage. Give me a hand, would you, Estinian? Phew. I didn't realize these crates were so heavy. I shouldn't complain, though. Vitra and the alchemists of the Great Work put their heart and soul into each and every one of these scales. So you must treat them with the utmost care. Are you not coming with us? As much as I would like to escape the Forum's watchful gaze, I've little choice but to stay behind. We're already on thin ice, and if I, in my capacity as our official representative, were found to be consorting with foreign powers, well, you can imagine how that would go. I shall remain here and do my utmost to avoid ruffling any more feathers as I await word from Master Matoya and our other allies. With luck, we'll soon have good news of our own to share. The tide is about to turn. I can feel it. To Limsa. To Limsa. bugger. Gwent. That ship you see before you will sail to Limsa Minsa, if you're so inclined, that is. Thinking of hopping aboard? Yes, I am. I have business in Limsa Minsa. Oof, ow, ouch, the frames. Here comes oof, ow, ouch, the frames part 2. I was told to expect you. As you may or may not be aware, the Admiral is at present entertaining the other seats here in the Sultana. Three of the most powerful women in the world in one room. Do you need a moment to prepare, or shall I show you to them? Admiral. Greetings. My apologies for calling you away from Sharlayan at such short notice. On the contrary, we are honored and grateful, and pleasantly surprised to be joined by such esteemed company. It was only right that this discussion be conducted in person. We are locked in a war of attrition. Our forces struggle to contain the threat posed by the towers, and it's only a matter of time before we are overwhelmed. Victory will only be claimed through decisive action. And we have taken the initiative to set the wheels in motion. It is reassuring to learn we are all in accord. But might I ask what your plan entails? It hinges entirely on the warding skills and our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest. During your time in Sharlayan, the allied nations have been engaged on separate fronts with no end in sight. To make matters worse, the surge in abductions of Kobold, Sahagin, Ixal, and Ananta have given rise to an increasing number of primals as well. But your triumph in Radzat-Han has given us cause to hope once more. The time has come to free ourselves of this menace. And it is you, Scions of the Seventh Dawn, who have shown us the way. While the bulk of our forces will continue to hold the Telophoroi at bay, we will dispatch our finest to strike at the enemy's heart, Garlemald. The brave few will be the Ilsabard contingent. To think such progress has been made in so short a span. Its objectives are twofold. The first is to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. As previously reported, countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tempered, robbed of their free will. Well, they will serve the Telophoroi's every whim without question. They too are victims. It is our duty to deliver them from their suffering. Not for strategic or political gain, but because it is the right thing to do. I do not ask that we set aside the decades of conflict and conquest, that we simply choose to forgive and forget. I ask only that in choosing to remember that we do not also forsake our compassion and morality. For without that, there can be no reconciliation, only death without end. Aye, on that we can all agree. Our second objective is the colossal tower that Thangred and Urianger observed in the capital. Though its purpose remains unclear, there is reason to believe the smaller spires are merely a precursor of what's yet to come. Until the Tower of Zot was toppled, we'd failed to make any headway, though the same could be said of the Telophoroi. They're certainly in no rush to press further into our lands. I'd wager the spires' primary purpose is to divide and keep us occupied. while they work towards our annihilation. This would appear to be substantiated by Y'shtola's analysis of the tower's influence on ethereal currents. Based on her observations inside the Tower of Zot, the spires siphon ether from the land, consuming it to maintain their form. However, they draw forth far more than is required for this task alone. The excess of ether remains unaccounted for, but we can be sure it's not being harnessed for our benefit. It wouldn't surprise me in the least that it's being redirected to the larger spire in the capital. There's logic in that. Regardless, once we have uncovered the truth, we'll bring their schemes crashing down, along with their infernal towers.
That's all well and good. But what would you have us do? I assume it's more than handing over the scales and being on our way.
We want you and your scales to join the Ilsabard contingent. Consider it an official request from both the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept? Perhaps you should be the one to answer that.
For honor and glory.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Y'shtola, Thancred, and Urianger have already pledged their support, and are on their way to meet the rest of the contingent. They were positive you would come to the same decision as they did. Luckily for all involved, their prediction was correct. Once you have delivered the warding scales to Alamigo, the contingent will embark on its journey to Ilsabard. Rauban and Lord Emmerich are overseeing preparations, so I suggest you make yourselves known upon arrival. Pack warm clothing, furs and the like. Without it, the cold will do you in before the Telofroi so much as draw steel. As for us, we'll keep the enemy busy while you're gone. They're not the only ones who can create a diversion. Now go, safe in the knowledge Eorzea will be as you left it, or better upon your return. Ba-da-da-da-da. Time to talk to Aldin. To the Alamegan quarter we go. Big fat, so big, so big. What's the other? No, the Alamegan quarter does not have an Aetherite. It doesn't have an Aethernet. Or should I call Ethernet? Sorry, I keep tripping up. Bob. Oh, look, it's Emmerich. Fancy meeting you here. I trust our mutual friend is settling into life as a scion. Collaboration never was his forte. The moment the fighting ended, off he'd go like a Gaelic hat swept up in a strong breeze. But rest assured, he'll always be there when you need him. Probably. If Emmerich asks after me, say I'm getting on fine and leave it at that. Don't you dare breathe a word about the cord. I must quiz Thancred and Urianger on the conditions we can expect in Garlemald. I know it's cold, but how cold? Will I need to keep my ears covered? They can be a bit sensitive at times. You and me both, Graha. I'll admit, this is all rather daunting, though not in quite the way I was expecting. We'll be standing shoulder to shoulder with our alliance's finest. The best of the best, the warrior of light and, well, me. It's silly, I know. Perhaps this is my way of distracting myself from the part I should be worried about. Marching into Garlemald. I know, I'm quite looking forward to seeing who's been selected for the Ilsabard contingent. I have a few people in mind. Care to make a friendly wager? Yeah. Fordola. Hold up. No, I was planning on dropping in full battle regalia, basically. Is there a command for... It doesn't matter what in the weather. If it's cold, you can dress as if you're going to the beach. If it's hot out, you can dress as if you're going... Yeah, I know. That's hilarious. That's the hilarious part of Final Fantasy XIV. The clothes you wear are, besides the stats, purely decorative. Is there a button to show and hide headgear? Character, nope, not there. Extras? Nope. General, I have one for glamour plates, but... Oh, give me the command without the slash. If so, I am gonna go ahead and quickly make a little macro for it. I think this is the one? Yes. Found it. Thanks. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Rub on. Ah, the Wanderer's return. You've been busy bringing down a tower and producing the keys to destroying the rest of them. You should be proud. Those warding skills of yours are what's made this whole venture possible. Will you and Lord Emmerich be leading the contingent? Regrettably, no. Our role is to organize the various delegations into a cohesive unit. Once we have seen you all off, it's back to our respective posts. We dare not neglect our duties for too long, lest our defensive efforts fall into disarray. Oh yeah, that's also an option. And just between us, there's a fair amount of opposition to the formation of the Ilsobot contingent. The very suggestion we send out some of our finest troops behind enemy lines to render aid unto the Gallians has made me rather unpopular in certain quarters.
Can't please them all.
Sadly not, though I do my best. Truth be told, I'd much rather be at your side, charging into the fray. Alas, I've battles of my own to fight, where words may serve me better than any blade.
I hate to say it, but Lord Emmerich's struggles mirror my own. For the time being, the best we can offer you is the peace of mind from knowing Eorzea is in safe hands. As you fight the good fight in Ilsabad, I and the other commanders will do what we can to convince the naysayers that our cause is just.
Thank you, both of you. We meet again.
Gaius! It's got... Word of your exploits travels quickly. From what I gathered, the protective talismans you obtained led to the formation of this expeditionary force. My contribution on this occasion is but a minor one, that being the information I have shared with Maxima. For the sake of the other people of Garlemald, may the fates be on your side. So you're not coming with us. Strange. I thought you'd have a stake in this. I do. The Telothroi have laid waste to my homeland and enslaved my people. But though every motive of my being cries for vengeance, I cannot be the one to deliver it. My presence alone would place the entire mission in jeopardy. I stand accused of murdering Emperor Varus and plunging Garlemald into chaos. Were I to travel with the Ilsabad contingent, it would give my countrymen ample cause to question our motives. Conversely, those who believe me innocent may instead celebrate the return of the former legatus and attempt to raise me to a position of leadership, further destabilizing the region and complicating the contingent's mission. Whether I am branded a villain or hailed as a hero, I would only hinder your efforts. I doubt they'll be pleased to see the champion of Eorzea set foot on Garlean soil. A fair point, but so long as you refrain from announcing your arrival to all and sundry, the average person should have no inkling as to your identity. Although your titles and deeds are common knowledge, only a select few would recognize you on sight alone. Perhaps one day they will learn that the Warrior of Light is not a demon to be feared, but a man deserving of their trust. In light of Gaius' rather unique circumstances, I instead will assume the role of your guide. Though I may have defected for political reasons, my love for Garlemald endures. I would stop at nothing to protect her and her people. Well said, but I ask you to escort our friends inside. You might even bump into an old acquaintance or two. And if I don't see you again ere you depart, may the Fury guide and protect you. All of you. May the Fury guide and protect us. Any lines? Regardless of how my countrymen receive you, the cold will not treat you kindly. Underestimated at your peril. One moment, let me just use this one as well. I'll sort again. Now, okay, it's in my character menu. Unless, of course, that... Oh, this is actually better. Okay, I shouldn't move this one. I'm gonna yoink that one out and just
drop that in. Oh, this one. I was already wondering when I was going to get it. Maxima. The best of the best. Maxima would have you meet your new traveling companions. The other members of the Ilsebard contingent are gathered in the royal palace. I should inform them of your arrival, so please make your way inside as soon as you are ready. The remaining members of the Scions. Your friends and most of the Ilsebard contingent await you within. Would you like me to see you through? Well, here we are.
By the 12.
Look at that. A rune!
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
As you can imagine, our traveling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose. We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald. Much
there's
rides
Lise.
on the efforts of the Ilsebard contingent.
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades, yourselves included.
Lucia!
Lucia!
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. And for the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end. We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
I think you could easily...
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that, if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company. Everyone! If I may have your attention.
There we have the... Wow! In sync as well.
Might I ask you to speak first?
Arun,
If I must,
what you doing?
I am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation, here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer. We shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald. To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
Yeah, the God's Bell.
Of course, with an experienced white mage such as yourself accompanying us as well, those requiring more involved treatment will be in safe hands.
Buddy, I haven't touched a
Riot
cane
Oak
in
sends her
months.
regards, by the way.
I haven't touched a cane in months.
Suppose I'd better say my
Sickard!
Wait, I know you.
I know.
The name's Sickard, in case you've forgotten.
Sickard.
Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten. Any road, the Admiral asked Captain Hillfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me. course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughing stock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship. So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but the promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do. Since we all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy. Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
Hi, how you doing?
Well, you're certainly raring to go. But then again, so are we. The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest.
Yeah, same.
If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front.
There we go.
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the Avatar of Destruction.
Oh, the sass! Oh, that is... At least just outsassed your Stola. She with 11 sisters. Oh. Ah. Check. There we go. Maybe it should work now. Good. What? How?
Arranged for a host of
I muted the
machinists
game.
to join us on our mission. Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon.
Need that button.
They will address any problems of a technical nature together with the smiths of Limpsa Lomitsa. There is another awaiting introduction.
Lord Emanolaine!
Emanolaine! Hey, there we have
Yes, Emanolaine de Forton, at your service.
Welcome back, you.
Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that.
I'll make a warrior out of you yet.
Should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
Slap him, Fancred. I dare say your fancy footwork may be all that stands between us and certain doom. I dare say your fancy footwork may be all that stands.
I cannot wait to regale Honoroa with my tales of daring do.
Is he still back at Camp Dragonhead?
I believe that concludes introductions to the Grand Company of Eorzea.
And for our Eastern
Our
contingent?
allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Oh no, that ain't good.
Would that be the Shinobi of Doma?
Doma.
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, An equally capable company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
Don't tell me we're getting the whole...
Out of my way, you preening fool!
Yep, Sadu and Magnai. Boja. Hey! It's the whole godforsaken squad.
Forgive us for coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Cyrena!
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
For battle and blood we come, as a step is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to find them beyond our reach.
Of course.
Now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked.
Yes, there
No
is!
quarter to the enemy!
Yes, there is an
How do
Avengers
you
level
know?
threat.
We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Warriors of the Steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies.
And we are...
And these other ones you have brought are...
And we are going deep into enemy territory.
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
Of course, there's Vieira among them.
And the Bosnian resistance. Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
Dalmasca, Bosnia, Alamigo. All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire. I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald. And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused.
One moment, I'm gonna go ahead and
Not
open the
only in
window.
Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy. But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people. No different from
You
or
and I?
They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all. Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders.
Hell yeah.
Maxima, who stands with us today, tried to reform Garlemald from within and make peace with Doma.
Only to be thwarted.
So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good. It won't be easy, but we're all determined to make this world a better place.
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
There we go.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garlond Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital. the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities.
Trains as well, maybe?
The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us. So, it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed. Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Affirmative. There will be no turning back after this. Oh, there's a lot of optional dialogue here. Let's start at the back of the room with the Sun, Magni. With the Mole, champions of the Nardum, and the Dotharl having sent so many here. Many I had thought to defend the steppe in their absence. And I would have done so were it not for my step-brothers. They urged me to grant our allies the Sun's might, that his radiance may deliver them unto victory. Though I must tolerate the presence of this feral Dotharli dog. As first among my brothers, I could do no less than accept this challenge. My deeds will become the stuff of legends. Speaking of that Dotharli dog, Saru, what do you want to say? I care not for the Iron Men or their troubles. It is the destiny of the weak to die in ignominy. Even so, I will do as I have agreed. I volunteered to join this band at Sirena's request, and if she thinks it's a worthy cause, that is reason enough. Though we hail from different tribes, our bond has grown strong of late. She is much better company on a hunt than any of the steppes elfish men could dream to be. Sirena? I'm glad to see you well, Knazy. Grandmother was worried for you. The night I agreed to come here and join the contingent, the gods sent her a strange dream. 2 suns, one burning red, the other frozen black. Closer they circled, closer and closer. And as they danced, the world fell to ruin. In blinding chaos, she spied blackened silhouettes, and knew at once that one was yours. Yet we knew not how to interpret this dream, save as a sign that great danger awaits. But whatever lies ahead, I will walk with you, traveler. I'm gonna wait for the silence. I'm gonna leave the silence for last. To our room. With so many people from so many places, I'm rather out of my element. Regardless, I am a seed seer and will endeavor to acquit myself accordingly. Alkazolka? Greetings, Knazy. It appears that both do and thought are needed here. And who embodies both as well as I, so for the time being, my research into ancient Nim must wait. Second, until the Empire fell, the Garleans were the only ones who was allowed to impose tariffs upon at sea. Worthies and pickings, but I made myself a pretty gill. Since they've been so generous to me and mine, perhaps it's time I return the favor and give a little something back. Marshal to Rupert. Often has father told me of the struggles faced by Alamigo in the days of the occupation, and I too have crossed swords with the Empire on many occasions. Though Garlemald has long been our bitter enemy, Her Grace is elected to bolster the Ilsamart contingent with members of the Immortal Flames. As representatives of the Sultanate, we are one in our commitment to this cause. There we go. Stefanovan. Well met, Knazy, well met. It would seem that my machinists have been called upon to serve. A turn of events which, according to my prospectometer, could prove to be quite the opportunity. I shall show the world the full extent of machinistry's worth. Of that and more you can be sure of, my friend. A manolin? Well, well. If I had known what a social gathering this would turn out to be, I'd have dressed for the occasion. Still, this seems the perfect opportunity to mingle with the other guests. Would I be correct assuming those ladies over yonder are Sirena and Sadu of the steppe? Perhaps I should introduce myself, though I don't much like the look of that fellow with the enormous axe. Yeah, best not. Maxima? I cast my lot with the Populares to bridge the divide between Garlemald and her territories. That all may be united in common cause. But we were disparaged as a radical element. The Centaurs looking to destabilize the Empire from within. Many friends and even my parents perished in unfortunate accidents. I too would surely have met the same fate had I not defected. Nevertheless, I still dream of equality and peace for us all. As the world itself stands on the brink of collapse, I hold out hope that one day that dream will become reality. Lucia? I have led troops into battle many a time, but never a unit with such a diverse range of talents. While I've been briefed on their capabilities, I expect you could provide additional insight into their strengths and weaknesses. I appreciate any advice you may have. Now for the Exile, please. It seems so long ago since we were sailing across the Ruby Sea and charging about the Azim Steppe with Siren and the others. I'd say we're overdue for another adventure. It brings back memories to see so many familiar faces. We've been through so much together. Good times and not so good. I expect Garlemald will be mostly the latter. And I'd like to believe we'll look back on these days more fondly in the years to come. But for that to happen, we'll have to make it out of this alive. Don't you die on me, aye? It's definitely an Avengers level threat, yeah. I've close ties with the scouts of the Eastern Alliance and the various resistance groups. They're an absolute joy to work with. Oriange? Blessed are we to have made countless steadfast allies o'er our journey's course. Indeed, we are joined today by many new acquaintances, who in time we shall come to call our comrades, and mayhap friends. Estinian? So Lucia's in command. Regardless of her background, she's a Temple Knight through and through. I dare say her Garlean roots are all the more reason for her to lead this mission. Raha? This is extraordinary. To be in such company. The finest our allies have to offer. With comrades such as these, we are bound to succeed, I'm certain of it. Alfino? We've been part of joint military operations like this before, and with far greater numbers. But for some reason, this feels very different to our previous experiences. Despite having shared little more than introductions, there's already a palpable sense of camaraderie. I was half expecting to find the man who taught me red magic amongst our number, but he's nowhere to be seen. I suppose he's had his share of unpleasant experiences with the Empire, but so have we all. Perhaps there's some other reason. Well, in any case, I have a feeling I'll see him again once this is all over. I'm sure he'll be pleasantly surprised by how much my swordplay's improved since last we met. Y'shtola. Besides the delegates assembled here, the Amalja and several other tribes offered to send troops of their own. Unfortunately, due to their physiology, many would struggle simply to survive in the harsh climate of Ilsabad. They would likely also likely prove tempting targets for abduction by the Telophoroi. All things considered, they can better aid the cause by bolstering our defenses in Eorzea. Though their eagerness has to do more has been noted. We few shall have to suffice. Ere we embark, we must distribute the warding skills to our comrades. Care to do the others? Sirena. We heard we'd be called in Garlemald, so we came prepared. hand these out to your troops. Oh, the talismans! We are to keep these close at all times, yes? I will see that no one misplaces theirs. And before I forget, I have a message from Hien. In distant lands and times of strife, together stand, together fight. In darkness shines the light of life. I hope I've done his words justice. Doma, like much of Offard, has been plagued by the towers. Yet, while he could not be here, he wished to express his shared conviction. Hien and Yugiri labor without rest to unite the people. And with their aid will we keep the enemy at bay. And we of the Steppe and the Eastern Alliance will repay their efforts by ending this war.
Lucia, distribute these.
Warding skills for the Guardian delegation I need. I take it?
Yes.
Here you go. My thanks. These talismans may prove to be the deciding factor in the battles to come. I find myself conflicted by this foray into Garlemald. Sent by the Empire to infiltrate Ishgard, only to throw in my lot with those whose secrets I was supposed to be stealing. And now I lead a mission to save the countrymen I betrayed. But that is doubtless why I was chosen by Lord Emmerich. He would have me put my extensive knowledge and former ties to good use. I will not disappoint him. For the future of Ishgard, Garlemald, and the world at large, I will lead us to victory. Please. That is a set of warding skills I spy. Not that I would know what they'd look like. Yes, hand these out to your men. Wow, look at these. Even a layman like me can tell they're bursting with ether. All the better to fend off the tempering waves, the right term? Anyway, these will give us one less thing to worry about. Which just leaves the other mountain of whatever else is waiting for us in Garlemald. Only one way to find out, eh? Nervous or not, I'd march through all the 7 hells if it gave me a chance to put Xenos back in the grave where he belongs.
Agreed. I want to kick his ass too. Arun.
Yes? Hand these out to the troops, will you?
So these are the famed warding scales.
Enough for me and my men, I see. Under normal circumstances, I would not be allowed to travel outside of the 12's wood. The Elder Seedseer, however, has granted me special permission. She has bid me lend my magics to the people of Garlemald while learning all I can of their ways. In so doing, I will become closer to understanding myself and my place in the world. Or so she says. I say it's past time our allies benefited from the power at a Seedseer's disposal. Some bemoan that we hide our lines under a bushel, and I intend to address that criticism.
Sigurd, you're the last one. I hear you got something for us. That's right, mate. Warding scales. Enough for you and your men. Them scales everyone's been talking about. Pretty little things, ain't they? Reckon they'll be worth a gill or two when this is all over. But we'll hold on to them for now. Oh, and one more thing. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't they send Einstein instead? Buggered if I know. All the Admiral and Captain Hilfer told me was they needed someone to help safeguard the future. And here I am. Can't say they haven't got a sense of humor. Of course, some of you might be wondering what good a pirate is on dry land. And in the middle of the sodden snow of all places. Well, me and my crew will do whatever needs doing. So let's set sail, or however the saying goes on airships. Set sail is the right term here. Set sail is still the right term. Do you have a warding skill for me too? Yes. Here you go. Keep it safe. Thank you for this, and for going to such incredible lengths for the sake of my people. Though I have little to offer in return, I would impart some advice, if I may. You've been told by many to wear the Code of Ilsebard, and I cannot stress enough that this is no token warning. I will be distributing specially made warming tinctures, courtesy of the Alchemist's Guild.
but understand they are no substitute for proper protection. I'll leave the provisioning of said protection to your discretion. Now let us proceed to the Alamegan quarter. While you make your final preparations, I will have the pilots ready the airships. Since my revival, I've been laxing in expanding my limited wardrobe. Think we have time for a quick trip back to Old Charlie? I recall a rather fetching coat.
Preparations? I've got my armor and my lance. What more would I need? Could I need?
It's something of a constant refrain that we require warmer clothing. My present garb may be lacking, but fur color notwithstanding.
Concoctions to fortify the flesh against wind and cold are commonly sold in the Uldan markets, though they are of dubious provenance and efficacy. It is said, however, that in recent days the Alchemists Guild have produced a tincture capable of such a feat. Perhaps the achievements of their Favnarian counterparts did spur them to action, that they not be put to shame. This coat is quite warm, but I have something far thicker for occasions like these. There's no telling how long we'll be out in the open, and we can't go starting fires willy-nilly if we want to avoid detection. If you've anything you still need to take care of, you better see to it now. Point of no return time. This is our last chance to... Damn it, I forgot to turn off skip. This is our last chance to make ready before we set forth. You needn't worry about Urianger and I. We still have what we wore in Garlemald before. Estinian claims to be quite warm and toasty beneath his armor, and since he spent a fair bit of time up north recently as well, I have no reason to doubt his words. Most of the others will be borrowing Grant Company stock. The rest of you could do likewise, I suppose, provided you're not overly concerned with style. Not to put too fine a point on it, but I wouldn't be seen dead in one of those ridiculous overcoats. If only I had time to find something to my liking. Ah, is that the cry of scions in need of a tailor I hear? Tataru! But how? I have my ways. Oh, yes, indeed. You took the Bonanza, didn't you?
You thought you could sneak off to Ilsabard without telling me?
The Lala Mafia knows.
Nothing escapes my notice. Now, you will wear these garments I've made for you, whether you like it or not. You never cease to amaze. But why do you need a new outfit as well? Wait, are you coming with us? What? No, of course not. It's all in the name of fashion. Rather to pursue the highest quality fashion. Besides, how can I expect others to wear my creations if I've never worn them myself? I did have one other thing to share. Agnes and Bumwidas finally returned from the assignment to the faraway lands. They'll be staying at the Rising Stones for a while, so keep an eye on events throughout Eorzea.
Oh no, the Lala Mafia!
Not, you can keep Crown Company in the Baldessian Annex. We'd love to have you there. And I heard Agnes and Blumida did a fine job carrying on in our stead while we were lying comatose. With them in charge of the Rising Stones, we've nothing to worry about. My thoughts exactly. Also, while I'm confident you won't go collapsing again, because a certain someone who shall remain nameless isn't in a position to transport your souls to another world. If anything similarly disastrous were to happen, I'll be well positioned to do something about it. Anyway, I've got a few things to take care of, and then I'll make my way to Charlian. I really do hope these new clothes are enough to keep you warm in Garlemald. It's not much, but it's the only thing I can do for you, other than pray for your safe return, which I will every day. Let's not keep the contingent waiting any longer. Here are your winter woolies, handcrafted by yours truly. North Sea coat. Big coat time. I need some clothing items. I need to go through my inventories to grab warm stuff. Of course, I'll toss that in there. Time to build my warm. There we go. I'll wear the Gridanian officer's gloves just to stay warm down there. And for the boots. And then this one I will go ahead and... No, that doesn't work. That does not quite work. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. Save. And apply. And now I go back to the Alamegan Quarter. Taru? A frosty reception. Tataru is desperately trying to retain her composure as she prepares to see you off on another perilous journey. I'm told the airship pilot has been sent to meet you. Ah, there he is! Right, this is where we go our separate ways. Do be careful, won't you? Oh no, it's a solo duty! It's an honor to finally meet you. We have Garland Ironworks, and we'll be ferrying you and your contingent across the mountains and into Garlemald. For many of us, it'll be something of a homecoming. Our illustrious founder was only our most notable Imperial defector. For that reason, the company is committed to the success of this expedition. Our resources are at your disposal. If there is aught we might do to be of further assistance, please do not hesitate to ask. Upon boarding the airship, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. In addition, you will be required to participate in battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you will be able to try again from the most recent of these. Please note that if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, this progress will be lost. Here we go. Da 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 da.
Ilsenard, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly?
That smug bastard Emmett is narrating our journey.
On the outskirts of the Imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius, the winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party. They have sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
If so...
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps?
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that. Maxima reports that they are led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number. However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus' death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Which means...
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
Knock them out cold if we can.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid.
Knock them out cold if possible.
Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment? Not impossible. but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into two groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you deem it needed most. I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
What's the plan? Meanwhile, the Imperial Supply Depot. Be sure to disable the alarm. Oh, there's Maximus and Bodgens and...
Your proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
Y'shtola always did have a flair for the dramatic. She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks. All right, once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's Magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely. Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand. A blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
2 minutes, 40 seconds until ads.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the lone wolf?
Wouldn't have it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done.
I always do.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
Except this one I learned from a TV show. Make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, throw away the plan. Assuming there's nothing else you wish to confirm, may we commence the mission as soon as you are ready?
Keep your wits about you.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count. Damn, spotted. Must be losing my touch.
Oh. Some snuffy rain.
Shit. Must be losing my touch.
See. Bingo, that helped. That helps. My turn.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point. Seven hells.
Hmm?
Seven hells.
Shit. Mission failed. We'll get it next time. In the coming battle, you will fight as Thancred. You have two objectives: place explosives on the Imperial Magitech, and deactivate the frontline Magitech units via the control terminal. Oh. Mission exclusive actions. Thancred Invisible increases his movement speed. While active, enemy soldiers and Magitech will be unable to perceive Thancred's presence, even if they are within close proximity. However, it has no effect on Gardox's acute sense of smell. They will be able to detect Thancred regardless. Moreover, this action can only be used outside of combat. It will also be unavailable when Thancred attempts to deactivate Magitech fields or execute certain other actions. Ah, I need to knock him out. Got nothing to use against slashers.
Keep your wits about.
Commence.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
Gotta wait for the camera to reset. Three, two, one, execute. Infiltrate. Execute. Plant a bomb. Obviously, I'm trying my best to ensure I don't have any enemies in my way. I am obviously going to immediately take out this poor sod.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
And the enemy is none the wiser.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
I don't trust that slasher to start approaching. I'm surprised the magic. Dip back into cover. And dip.
Must be losing my touch.
This is the first and only enemy I've run into. The Immaculate Deception. Quick. And dip. There we go.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
Yeah. Only
What
have...
news from our comrades?
They stand at the ready.
Excellent. Then let the fireworks begin.
And just like that, all your mechs are gone. A few moments later, near the ill-spot continued supply caravan. Oh, I'm heading up the rear of Annie's.
The blizzard's beginning to clear. The Vanguard should be engaging the Imperials any moment now, if they haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be all right, but...
Kaboom. Hostiles.
Wait! Something's coming!
Hostiles, 6 o'clock. Hostiles, 3 o'clock. Dogs, suits.
Oi, oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts. Keep them away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead! Fighters! Protect the others! A brief respite, but stay alert. Keep the carriages safe.
What impeccable timing! Fear not, friends! The savior of Ishgard is here!
Manolane! Come on, then. Down with you!
A fine display, but the other carriages are still in danger. Go on ahead. We'll hold the line.
Come on, then.
We're the only ones still struggling.
Yeah, apparently so.
time we put our backs into it then.
Oh look, they're sending a guy.
I've been itching for a good scrap.
A hexadrone? Why? They shouldn't have. Oh, they shouldn't have. I've been wanting to fight one of these again. Xenos, really, you shouldn't have. No, seriously, you shouldn't. Broadsided it.
You lot alright back there?
Does look like it.
We're fine and ready for more. Hear that? Get to the front and turn the tide.
Sounds like they... Meanwhile, on the front line. Down you go.
Removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
It's nothing that won't heal in time. The trouble is, their tempering has made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit in the first place.
Well, this is the path our young charges would have us walk, and that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you pledged your lance, did you not?
Here come more boys.
That I did.
Nice. Lise is delivering extra punchables. Oi, son boy.
That's Vigilia. Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
Here I come. Rougher than the rest of them. The best of them.
There's no end to them.
I was wondering when you'd turn up.
Better late than never, right? Let's do this.
There's no stopping us now. Come on. Let's show them what we're made of.
What we're made of? Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. Because I am willing and able to do the joke. Come on, then!
We have them now! Forward!
Right! Let them have it!
Come on, then! Behold, more damage. I am willing to deliver to you guys extra punchables. My turn.
As a raging bull!
Kaboom! Yes, Rico, kaboom. Welcome back, Pippin. Pippin, my lad. Pippin, my boy. Your father would be proud.
Back up! Virgilia!
Oi, it's me you should be worrying about. Don't come my touch. Line! Spread!
Is everyone all right?
Reinforcements. Spread, spread, spread. Give the war machines at bay.
Kneel or die!
Come on, and bombs away. More fodder for my flames.
Tremble before the sun!
May your scream fill the air!
Boom! So,
A worthy adversary.
hey, Sadu gets the
Recover.
victory music.
Reclaim yourself. Then we will fight again. To the death.
Sadu Hatun!
Still no luck, eh, Magnite?
That was the last of them. The day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. What of the supply caravan?
Got ambushed.
Outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us take the Imperials into custody and rejoin our comrades. And soon we shall arrive at the capital.
I don't like how that looks.
So cold and unforgiving. Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain. "800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here. Bested by the Kavosi after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into the blasted northern wastes.
Yep.
In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth. Freezing, hungry, desperate. Hated.
Telling your own story now, huh? Aren't you?
The chosen forsaken.
Is that so? And it's raining. Here we are, cold and soaked.
In the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solus single-handedly sparked the Magitech Revolution. How did he conceive the machina that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks? Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes, far colder indeed. Bitterly so.
Ah.
Not so much as a whisper.
Quiet. Too
The
quiet.
roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
A buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been tempered.
We can consider the question after we have made camp. If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
Speaking
This
of...
will be our temporary base of operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
If we're planning on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
Maxima? Lucia?
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, perhaps. But enough of this. To work, everyone!
Camp Broken Glass. Let's get the dialogue out of the way first. Y'shtola. Sorry, I'm feeling rather unwell. Bartholomew?
We must remain as mobile as we are in such temperatures as these. I fear that if we stand still for too long, the ice and snow may freeze our very bones.
Okay, safe enough that I can activate that. Shielda. Greetings, Second Superintendent Natchez. If you wish to know aught of the current situation, you have come to the right person.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm Sortilda of the Alamegan Resistance. When I was offered a place in the Ilsabat contingent, I leapt at the opportunity. If you're wondering why I'd be so eager to aid the people of Garlemald, the reason is simple. Like the rest of Garabania, my hometown, a waypoint oft used by travelers, was under occupation. And so hard it could have been. Yes.
Raha! Our comrades certainly haven't wasted any time establishing a base of operations.
Between guarding our supplies and keeping an eye on the tempered as they undergo treatment, we are certainly kept busy.
June?
It's not only the tempered that need care, a fair few of our own were wounded by on the Magna Glaciers. If only we hadn't needed to defend the supply caravan, a lot more of us could have joined the front line.
Ambagai. Gods, this place is cold. We have our share of chilly nights on the steppe, but I've never experienced anything like this before.
Talon? Many of us took quite a beating on the Magna Glaciers, but we all helped each other hobble through the snow and wind, sparing the area fought for which delegation we each belong to. From now, we're all firm comrades through thick and thin.
I'm the quartermaster here. It's my job to make sure the camp remains both well supplied and well maintained.
Kochacha. We've come far, risked too much to worry solely about our own hides. For there is so much more at stake.
Makago no kago.
We finally managed to set up camp after marching through all that snow. I hope that whoever lives here doesn't mind us using the buildings for shelter.
See who's inside here.
Of course. It's the leadership. Minuki. We Domans owe our freedom to our Eorzean allies, and I was one of many to volunteer for this endeavor. We will be glad to lend our assistance wherever it is needed. Manuki. Let's go to Alize. Actually, let's first check out the leadership. Let's check out what the leadership has to say. Sickard. Hell's bells, this place is bloody freezing. Rather be tied to the topmast in a storm than suffer this cold any longer. Anyone what can spare a swig of rum? I'll sort me right out. The tempered soldiers are sleeping soundly while they undergo treatment. There are too many to attend at once, but I and the other healers will see to all eventually. Lucia. Once everything is in place, we will discuss our next move. This is all that remains of Latirum. Homes become empty husks. If this is the state of the outlying villages, I dread to think what has become of the capital. We've asked the Ironworks members and some of our other comrades to stay with the airships. In the event we are discovered, we must be ready to move them swiftly to a safer location. Raban taught me a lot about military strategy during exercises in the fringes. Coordinating units with wildly different capabilities, surveying and securing hostile terrain, that sort of thing. Now I have the chance to put his teachings into practice. Virgilia is in our care, along with the rest of the Tempered. Glory to Garlemald, glory to Garlemald, they still whisper in their sleep even as they writhe in pain. Oh, that's a player. Alize? Shouldn't be long before we have a half-decent camp with so many helping hands. I was concerned the snow might hinder our progress, but our Ishgardian friends are used to working in conditions like these. In spite of the obstacles we faced, our plan proceeds apace. Just a little farther and we'll reach the capital itself. Still, we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. As soon as the camp has been made fit for purpose, we are to discuss a course of action with Lucia. Would you mind asking Y'shtola and Graha to join us in that building to the northeast of the camp? Alize and I will meet you there. First to Y'shtola. First to... This is perilous terrain, you hear? Keep your guard up at all times. Y'shtola. A meeting? Yes, I'll make my way over there once my head is cleared. In truth, I'm feeling out of sorts since we arrived. The air is thick with a palpable aura of malevolence. 'Tis the monstrous tower on the horizon. Jagged, hideous, unholy. Even at this distance, its presence is overwhelming. Much like the sensation I felt in the Tower of Zot, only far more terrifying. Ether flows unceasingly towards it, converging into a swirling mass of unfathomable power. For a blessing, the constant chill in the air is helping to anchor my senses in the here and now. Tell the others I shall be with you in a few moments. You'll be pleased to know most of the Tempered have been quartered inside the nearby buildings, and are receiving treatment as we speak. I do, however, feel no small amount of guilt for commandeering civilian homes. The occupants may be long gone, but everything is exactly as they left it. Considering the length of time that has clearly passed since, one would expect to find them ransacked. Strangely, there are no signs of anything having been stolen. It's possible that everyone fled the first sign of trouble. Though it seems to me they left far too many useful possessions behind. Although there is no conclusive evidence, I strongly suspect they were tempered. Sorry, I was merely thinking aloud. You mentioned a meeting. I will make my way there. And for that, and just in case, I am gonna run ads now. I realized I didn't have my model up in a while. Running advertisements now. There we go. I need to check how much does it cost me to get back to... Yes, that's a reasonable amount for each. Heck, it's... Oh, most expensive is probably still... No, Kagane is actually sub 1,000 here. Just catboy tendencies. I'll repair everything, please. I feel like I should dye this setup. Well, that's something for tomorrow. That's something for doing off stream. One, and we're back. Lucia. Thank you for informing the others of our meeting. When everyone is here, we will begin.
Our present situation is as follows. Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city. For therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Telophoroid's designs.
I have a suggestion, if I may. Several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
Of course, the Populares would be the first to get tempered.
A promising idea. I will assist the healers and their ministrations. Of course, I will require a porxie of my own, assuming you can spare one.
Would you like a hand?
No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twill be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
This talk of curing the tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with cerulean heaters that could keep us warm and toasty. Problem is, the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, freezing our asses off, we'll be next. My smiths reckon that with the right parts, they can have them working again, but it won't be easy.
Oh?
Understood. The machinist will assist them in the repairs.
Thancred?
The rest of us should either stand watch or survey the area.
We've made our presence known to the Telophroi. They will be searching for us, if they have not already ascertained our position. That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so. However, I suspect they may be biding their time.
Or perhaps we are beneath their notice.
In any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmascian scouts from my previous excursion for good measure.
Don't forget about us Alamegans. We have experienced scouts of our own.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace. How about you, Graha? I have a feeling we'll find a use or two for that vanishing spell of yours.
'Twould be my honor to be of service, though I doubt that you of all people need rely on my tricks.
That leaves us with guard duty.
As a matter of fact, I have something else in mind for the two of you and Alphino. Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rhine. I would have you search the area for survivors. Your keen sense of direction, honed in your extensive travels, should prove useful in navigating the ice fields.
Extensive travels is something of an understatement, but I suppose if there's nothing else that needs doing.
This too is a vital task, and I appreciate your willingness to see it done. Rest assured that a serving of hot soup will be waiting for you. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury bless and keep you.
May you all walk in the light of the crystal. Here we go. Never thought myself much of an explorer. Now I suppose my adventures have taken me to all sorts of strange and distant places. With that in mind, traversing an ice field should be a simple feat. Gods be good. If it's this cold with Tataru's clothing, I dread to think how we'd fare without it. I must remember to thank her when next we meet. Makes me realize, too, while these people of Garlemald have spent their whole lives in conditions like these, Even they'd be hard-pressed to survive away from the warmth of their homes. If there are any survivors, we must find them, and quickly. Manolin! Manolin is, as usual, milling about aimlessly. What ho, chums! Been giving myself something to do. Been given something to do, have you? This happens, I too have been ordered to make myself useful. Sounds like a rather tall order. Since you ask, we are to scour the Eblan Rime for survivors. What? Wander around the ice fields and the off chance you'll find someone? You'd take forever to finish a job without benefit of my expertise, or more specifically my telescope. Come, friends, I know just the spot to begin our search. Oh, God. Ether current, ether current, ether current, ether current, ether current, ether current! Current, 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 current! A few buildings I can see, but don't appear to be. A few buildings I can see don't appear to be residences. They may still warrant investigation, though. Surprised, but just how many wild beasts there are roaming about the place. Perhaps now that the soldiers have gone, they're free to wander and forage as they please. Oh, he is just looking through that. I spy with my little telescope. A massive sheep thing, or maybe it's a cow. No, not what we're after either way. Is that an ether current? Ah, no, just a wind sprite. And that's all snow, 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 but... Lo, what do I see over yon hillock? That's no mistaking it. That's a girl. A survivor. Show me. Over there, behind that tree. Looks like she's running away from something. Oh, surely not us. She wouldn't even know we're here unless she had a telescope like mine. All I can tell is that she's wearing a pale green dress. A rather fetching one at that. It's time for me to do a bit of stealth. The bone. I'm on the verge of freezing to death. Madeline. Oh, jet. It's going that way. Hey, I've known Alize over there. The footprints appear to be the same as those you saw previously, and they lead towards the building. Closer, I'm sure of it. I saw a car. Sneaking. So far, so good. Okay, never mind. How? How did you see me? Is she level 1? Is she level 100? Pants. So far, so good. I must be imagining things. Got to keep going. Note to self, do not use this, do not use the hide action. Sneaking, sneaking up the stairs. I must be imagining things. I was behind the pillar. Should she turn around? Damn it. I jumped. Excuse me, ma'am. Yeah, still in one piece. Excuse me, miss. Who are you? Stay back. The house is packed with explosives. Take another step and I'll blow this place sky high. Please, we just want to talk. I'm Alphino. This is my sister, Alize, and our good friend Kinesi. We have no intention of hurting or taking anything from you or anyone else. I give you my word. We and our comrades have come to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. Aid? You savages are the ones responsible for all this. You did this to us. We didn't, I promise you. One of the other reasons we came was to find out what happened here, in fact. It's the Lotharoy are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Garlemald, and they won't stop until they've destroyed the entire world. They're the enemy. Our enemy. On our way, we encountered Imperial soldiers who had been made their thralls. Those poor souls are now in our care, and we are striving to cure them of their affliction. You're the first person we've met who wasn't already enslaved. How are you able to escape Lotharoy's influence? Are there any others like you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to overwhelm you. Let's start with introductions. Can you tell me your name? My name is Licinia. As for how I've managed to stay sane, I've been asking myself the same question ever since that night and the roar, that terrible roar, and then the screams. I was screaming too, I think. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Then came the silence. Everything was still. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought that maybe the fighting had stopped, so I stepped outside. If your hells are real, I saw one that day. I ran past friends, people I'd known all my life. Ice, vacant, dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle with soldiers, but I didn't stay to watch. I fled as far as my legs would take me. Do you have family here? Is this their home? No, this is Victor's spoils. A mansion for retired soldiers. Or it was, but now me and a few others are borrowing it. As for the explosives, I was making that up. I just wanted to keep everyone else safe. And I didn't know if you were... The truth is, our supplies are running low. And you said you're here to help, can you? Of course, whatever assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. I'd better tell the others first, though. Wait here. This is everyone. Licinia says you can be trusted. Well, these are desperate times. We'd be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, were you to provide us with means of heating the place as a sign of goodwill? Perhaps we could take you at your word. If that's too much to ask, then leave us be. Time to put my firewood gathering skills to use. Could you provide the sparks with a little magic, Alize? We'll have a fire burning in no time. Maybe we build it under that gazebo. Oh, that? Oh, you mean the bower? Yes, do as you will. I don't trust her. By the way, she looked... It's just... Something feels off. They're a bit too friendly. I can feel my fingers again. All's well. All's well. Food in my belly and a song in my heart. What they need most is a decent meal. We've food back at the camp, but there's the distance to consider. How the mighty are fallen. Licinia's inner turmoil is writ plain on her face. Sorry, I'm still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happened. Now that you're here, though, I'm hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all that running about, so I'll leave space around the fire and the others. As you can tell, they're in a far worse state than me. We're planning to look for somewhere warmer or with more food. They're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health, which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? Alfie! I can treat their frostbite and their wounds, but it'll take time for the fire to do its work. Now would be a good occasion to make use of Amanilin's tinctures. The ones can warm the body from the inside out. Would you make sure everyone gets one? The numbness is beginning to subside, though I suspect once the fire dies it will return with a vengeance. There you go. Made in Uldar. A warming tincture. I've never heard of such a thing. No harm in trying. But tell me, have you heard aught of the city? Though calling it that seems absurd after what's happened. It's nothing but ruins now. A few buildings still standing offer no more than meager protection from wind and snow. Food production, water purification, the magic that sustained us has come to a grinding halt. What machina remains operational cannot be run for lack of ceruleum. Our cerulean engines is full of this stuff. For all the good it does, no one here knows the first thing about extraction or refinement. All's well, never better. There you go. What sweet libation is this? It's poison by any chance. It was a joke. It was a joke. Never long it is that I may not weep, so said the poet. And alas, my tears would freeze on my cheek if they fell. We are the blessed damned, to bear witness to the fall of the great empire, while our brethren lie dead, or live on its puppets of flesh. First came the war, then came the roar. When morning came, Garlemald was no more. In a cacophony of gunfire, explosions, and screams was the beloved capital razed to the ground. From the rubble rose the dishevelled remnants, their lavish finery caked in ash as they shuffled mindlessly towards the palace. Each bearing a fragment of stone or metal, offering perhaps to the architect of our destruction. A hopeful few tried to reason with the deranged, only to be beaten for their kindness. But now, when I knew better than to plead with the horde, I fled with my health, if not my conscience, preserved. Now I wait with my fellow cowards for our final judgment. What do you want? A tincture. May as well drink it, I suppose. Yes, it's a radio. You don't have them where you come from, I take it. We use them to listen to messages sent by others, even over great distances. There are different types, but this model is by far the most popular. Made with quality components crafted with the finest ore. Sourced from Locus Armoinus it is. Not all that useful since the capital fell to ruin. But the broadcast station must have either fled or ended up like all the others. Because all I've been hearing is the same music being played over and over and over again. Home beyond the horizon. An ode to the brave men and women sent to reclaim our ancestral homeland of Locus Armoinus. We may have founded an empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hope to take back what was once ours. 'Tis a solemn reminder that though we must suffer great hardship, better days will surely come. Despite everything, I believe that Emperor Varus yet lives, and that he speaks to us through our radios. It was a cunning strategy faking his murder. He must have foreseen this catastrophe and chosen to conceal himself, that he may one day make his triumphant return. I'm sure Emperor Varus would not be defeated so easily. Oh, you poor Oh, you poor deluded man. What's that? It's a warming tincture. Drink up. It'll do you good. So this is what you gave the others? Thank you, I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. Are you part of the group staying in Latirum? I saw Legatus Virgilia's troops heading towards the Magna Glaciers a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? Actually, yes. Camp Broken Glass, you call it. And Virgilia and her men are all there now. So how did you reach the Magna Glaciers? Did you cross the mountains on foot? By air, actually. Airships, then there might be a way to... Yesenia, where is everyone? Is something the matter? A voice from inside, you say? You must be imagining things. Everyone's out here. Perhaps the baby Elmaster has found his way into the house. Wouldn't be the first time. Someone's just scared him off. The wild animals have been roaming close to the settlements. You best watch out for baby Almasties while we're away, then. Ah, yes, of course, if I see any, I'll be sure to shoot them away. To reach Tapper's Den, you'll have to cross the lake. The ice is thick enough to support a person's weight, but if you'd rather not take the risk, you'll need to take the long way around. Finding the entrance can be a bit tricky, too, so it's easier just to look for someone standing guard outside. However you decide to head there, please be careful. Okay. Return on platform G. And Alcibiades and Tursus.
Who goes there? How did you find us? What do you mean I stand out like a sore thumb? The purebloods over at Victor's Spoils haven't given away our location. You'd never have found us. Those stuck-up assholes. Thought they could come waltzing in here demanding cerulean with nothing to offer in return. Ha! That's the boots on the other foot now the capital's gone to shite. So they've resorted to sending you to negotiate. I know your game sells sword. If they think we'll give in to intimidation, they've got another thing coming. Ah, you want me to kick your ass first. Sorry for you. There you are. Oh. Just after you left, Licinia asked me to go and catch up with you, in case you needed a hand. Someone must have let slip that I've a little experience in transporting barrels of ceruleum. So this is Tapper's Den. Well then, after you. Hi. Who are you? What happened to the guards? Had to beat their ass. Sorry. The Ozians and rebels are here to save the people of Garlemald. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why in the hell would you pass up this chance to put those Imperial bastards to the sword? Let me guess, none of you are Garlean. Argarlean, you were brought here from other lands. Girabania, Yangsha, Borsha, Damaska, to name it but a few. Some dragged here against our will, others fed bollocks about a better life, all put to work extracting ceruleum. All given the esteemed title of Arn, placing us firmly on the bottom rung of the ladder. But the old hierarchy means nothing in the new Garlemald, says we. But the only thing that's escaped more or less unscathed is cerulean engines, still sustaining us even with our paymasters out of the picture. We hear you're experts in drawing ceruleum up from the bottom of the lake. How do you do it if it's frozen over? Wouldn't you like to know? Trade secrets, I'm afraid. At any rate, it's not as if ceruleum is used for much these days. What with the Scythian ruins? We take enough power our heat doesn't save the surplus for later. And though it helps stave off the cold, it does sod all about our hunger unless we can trade it away. Speaking of which, be sure to tell your contingent that we've got ceruleum by the barrelful. If they're interested, we'll exchange it for whatever provisions they're willing to spare. We could certainly ask, but if you're all free to go now, why carry on living here? Free to go? Go where? Even if we've managed to get back to our homelands, there'd be nothing left for us thanks to the Empire. The knowledge and skills we acquired working here would practically use us outside of Garlemald. So we're staying for the time being. As long as there's need of ceruleum, we'll find a way to get by, even if Garlemald as we knew it is gone for good. Gone for good. If you're wondering why we'd post guards outside, it's because we've had trouble with other refugees. And I don't mean the one at Victor's Spoils. Some of them come bearing weapons and won't take no for an answer. As for the two guards you met on the way in, I'll tell them that what we've discussed. Once they've recovered from the beating you gave them, come to think of it, we should ask your contingent to send some bandages and healing balm. Hey!
come here from across the ice fields, did you? Now we'd better hope you weren't followed by any of them crazed soldiers that were done for. How in the bloody hells did you find us here? And who are you? Regardless of what the Ilsabard contingency does to the people of Garlemald, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, what would be a cause for celebration, one way of life will have been turned upside down. After all the atrocities committed in the Empire's name, perhaps it is for the best that it is consigned to history. But what of the ordinary people? Their lives, their stories, should they be forgotten too? Suppose there will be plenty of time to ponder that later. For now, let's see about getting some ceruleum. I feel like ending it here. Okay, let me just sit, and G-pose. There we go, I got a new thumbnail to make. But for now, that's it for today. For YouTube, I wish you all a wonderful evening. And I'll see you all tomorrow at 4 o'clock for... I don't know, what was it again? Oh yeah, Tales of Seikyu. Goodbye!